this entire baggage acclaimed area. So I thought what would be appropriate is, as people wait for their bags, their Adidas and their Samsonites spewed out on this river, that the little island in the center would celebrate the tradition of containers from our country. Hopefully, they're to inspire people when they go back, buy textiles from India and take them back with them. Our subcontinent became famous from its principal export was textiles. The British discovered the incredible wealth of our subcontinent by raiding, they were pirates, by raiding a Dutch ship, and they found these incredible calicos. The colors were fixed and could remain there even after washing. So that was impossible before the moderns of India, before we could fix color. Everybody was a very drab world.
For a country like us, for a people like us, for people who've ruled the world literally, not by law, not by force, but by creative economy, by intellect, by trade, by peaceful means, come to a state where we shy of who we are and what we can do.
I was doing collections in India. He saw the work I was doing at Stanley William Hayter. He said, you can come and work with me in design. And I joined Pekarda. I was like everyone else, thinking of design, modernity, in terms of international, but not seeing it come from the fortresses of clay. But दूर के ढोल सुहावने तो होते ना जब तक आप उस तरफ जाओ. अब जब वहां पर जाओ और फिर देखो कि ये क्या है, हम किसके पीछे भाग रहे हैं, then you see your own qualities in a different way. And so I came back to India to go into a village and then began to re-evaluate. So clothes, I always felt, for example, that I will not wear machine-made clothes because I'd grown to identify with the weavers' problems, and also because really they were more comfortable. Khadi could breathe, and I never understood why people wore nylons. It was sweaty, they didn't let the breeze pass, they didn't fly. Clothes that were hand-spun through 2 fingers, each thread came out of 2 fingers. Somebody touched it. It was all very clear to me that I wanted to be in a rural area. And I started what we call the Dehati Kala Kendra. And the Dehati Kala Kendra was my way of finding contemporary sciences and know-how and merging it with traditional skills to improve the quality of life. It had everything from education to agriculture to crafts to the concept of museum in the rural context, health again in the rural context, looking at integrative development. It would always begin very morning because you'd have to go to the field, and soon enough you realize that that could be a productive design exercise. I remember going to the Safai Kendra to study good toilets, especially made a visit to see Gandhi's experimental toilets and understanding what it means. So design came into how to make homes better, how to make crafts. So if I was working with a potter, we would start working out on roof tiles, irrigation pipes, we would look at the science of the pot in a different way. So every time we'd go and work with either blacksmiths or weavers or potters or craftspeople, the science and the application of design to everyday living, to being informed by history and context, was like a learning university. The government changed, the bureaucrats, opportunists as they had, sold it off saying, "Ye to purani sarkar ka kaam hai." Minister, he came to view it to see whether he wanted to carry it on, looked at all the stuff I was doing, says, "तो ये puppet शपट क्या बना रहे हैं आप लोग यहाँ पर? ये शहरी चीजें यहाँ पे थोड़ी ना चलेंगी." I said, गांव में तुम इसी संस्कृति को बढ़ावा चाहते हैं, तो ये क्यों? आपका हमारा गांव आपके शहर के जैसे क्यों ना हो? तो ऐसे ये मेरा शहर और आपका गांव की बात नहीं है, ये हमारी जिंदगी का सवाल है। ये गांव ऐसे है और इस गांव में जो हम कर रहे हैं वो इनकी अपनेपन का भी एहसास है और कुछ नई चीजें भी हैं इसमें। तो he had a big argument with me. He said, आप लोग ऐसा करो, ये सब शहरी चोचके हैं, आप लोग 4 कास्ट के लोग इकट्ठे हो जाओ और मैं तुमको 1 लाख रुपए देता हूँ और तुम अपने यूनिट शुरू करो। तो and we knew immediately that he was doing political rhetoric, you know, and of course he distributed 2-3 lakhs. He closed my center. It depressed me in the way that I don't know, since it was a lot of material. There had a lot of relationships, a lot of work, and would have been the rest of my life. Just cussedness, bureaucratic cussedness. Now it can be told, I can tell the names of these officers to let them defend themselves. Post the festivals of India, many craftspeople were hoping that the exhibition will provide them a global exposure for creating things for new markets. GoldenEye was like Raat Khatam, Baat Khatam. After it finished, it was just packed up and left in a go-down. I felt, I have to do something here which makes more people understand what is literally around the corner. So this house was made as a tribute to the skills of this country. The ceiling, for example, is made by Pichwai painters, and everything about the woman sitting there getting her hair combed, to the bioscope wala, to the cows being taken for grazing, to the pool, it is all has resonance in that book written by their grandfather. At the same time, the craftsman who made this, who only had been making pichwais in Nathdwara, was looking at a different way of expressing himself. So it's good for all. So you will see many things here. It's like a directory of all the craft skills. And for the first time, many of these craftsmen were coming in to make things that had never been made before. And I'm hoping still that there will be a book with all the addresses and names of all the people who contributed. It's now 25, 30 years. Many have gone away, but the children could be persuaded to come back, because this is a skill that made India what it is.
बच्चे लोग को बच्चे मेरे सब मैकेनिक है, सब मोटरसाइकिल का फटफटी है, सब वो एक्सरे को मालूम था ये एंड में ये खत्म होने वाला है.
And why would we marginalize these people who can have such skill? So the respect for people who work with their hands from generations should not feel vulnerable because industry can replace what they are making.
दीदी ये देखिए, ये थान है. ये थान 10 मीटर बनाने में हमको लगता है कि 25 दिन. ये काम बंद हो गया है दीदी, लेकिन ये काम अब बन नहीं सकता। पहले क्या था दीदी, शहर में जगह थी, अब शहर में लोगों के पास पावरलूम हो गया है, हैंडलूम दिन पे दिन खत्म हो रहा है। मैं छोटी छोटी जगह हायर करके किराए पर लेके यहाँ एक दो हैंडलूम की जगह किराए पर लेके मैं ये कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि बनारस का चीज मैं जिंदा कर रहा हूँ।
So these were firsts. It's what my gurus were doing when they were going around villages reviving crafts. So I was in the same kind of mood of doing this.
You know, a lot of people say that it's the crafts that are going away. I would object. It's the markets that are going away. It's the markets that do not want to, do not see themselves using crafted products. You know, craftspeople don't know how to react to the market. So, you know, they would put more and more work thinking the market would want it. The market might want something else altogether. So there's a big divorce between markets and craftspeople.
हाँ, आवाम ने बहुत ताकत लगाई है ऐसे ऐसे आर्ट को खत्म करने की, बंद करने की, ना देखने की, अपने कल्चर को और अपने आर्ट को भूलने की। आवाम ने बहुत कोशिश की है, लेकिन ये ताकत है ट्रेडिशनल आर्टिस्टों की जो कि अपनी कला को हमेशा बरकरार रखते हैं।
लोग तो मेहनत करते ही हैं, अब कस्टमर के ऊपर है कि मतलब इसका लाभ क्या है, उसको मतलब प्रॉफिट बढ़ाए, उसका ये बढ़ाए। तो ये तो मतलब कि कस्टमर है जो यहाँ साहु महाजन बैठे हैं, हम लोग तो गरीब आदमी यहाँ पे अपना है, ये भी अपने घर में ही बैठे हैं।
So the thing is, how do you take crafts and bring it into modernity? And that's the beauty of the craftspeople, and I think they're willing to learn. Most craftspeople that I've worked with are willing to move forward.
मेरा नाम नर्मदा देवी है, मैं शिल्प संघ से आई हूँ, मधुबनी बिहार से। हाँ, यहाँ पर आने से हमको बहुत फायदा हुआ। यहाँ जो एग्जीबिशन रूम लगाया गया है, ये देखने से हमको बहुत सीख मिली है। जो हम लोग भी इसी तरह एग्जीबिशन जाएंगे तो हम लोग भी कुछ अच्छा से डेकोरेट करेंगे। बहुत आदमी से परिचय हुआ है, मार्केटिंग का रास्ता भी पता चला। यहाँ आने से हमारा कुछ सेलिंग भी हुआ है।
एक पपेट होता है कम्प्लीटली, एक पपेट शो हम बात कर लेते हैं कि पपेट शो है, लेकिन उसमें जो 3 फैमिली इन्वॉल्व होती है। एक फैमिली होती है जो कि पपेट मेकिंग का काम करती है, बनाना और वो साइज करना। एक फैमिली होती है जिनका काम होता है कि उसको मैनिपुलेशन करना। एक होते हैं जो उनकी स्टोरी पूरी सुनाते हैं। राजीव जी ने इन लोगों को देखा, देखने के बाद इन लोगों को उनको लगा कि हाँ ये बहुत अच्छी कला है। इन्होंने इन सबको एक जगह पर जोड़ा कि तुम सब लोग अलग अलग रहते हो, अलग अलग मत रहो, एक जगह पर रहो। साथ मिल करके इनका जो है कोऑपरेटिव बनाया गया, जो फोक परफॉर्मेंस की पहली कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी, रजिस्टर्ड कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी है, भूले बिसरे कलाकार।
40 years back, I've started that work with people who released my imagination. It's been going on for 40 years. I failed more than I've succeeded.
हाँ, इनके साथ में ये एक प्रॉब्लम हुआ है कि 1952 का एक बॉम्बे बेगरी एक्ट बना है। बॉम्बे बेगरी एक्ट जो कि दिल्ली में भी इम्प्लीमेंट हुआ। उसके इसमें यह है कि आप दिल्ली में किसी भी जगह पर आप कुछ भी चीज़ को दिखा करके, गा करके, बजा करके या कुछ दिखा करके अगर आप मांगते हैं कुछ भी चीज़, तो आप भिखारी के, इसके लिए आपको जेल जाना पड़ेगा।
पुलिस वाले से सहमे रहते हैं हम लोग, इतना डर चुके हैं यहाँ के लोग। छोटी सी बात में राजीव जी, छोटी सी बात को उठाकर किसी को भी अंदर करते हैं, वो तो तक के आज
We got together to be able to get houses, and we fought for that ever since. So when housing really was to happen, the government decided to sell it to a builder for peanuts, the land. Greed. It's land they're sitting on. Land worth more than 1,000 crores sold to a builder for 6 crores.
जिस टाइम यहाँ पर बुलडोजर वगैरह आके खड़े हो गए थे, उस टाइम लोगों को जब एकदम झूमल इकट्ठा हो गया था ना, तो लोग ये नहीं देखा था कि ये मेरा भाई है या मेरा भाई है या मेरा भाई है। उस टाइम तो राजीव जी देखो, आपको मैं साथ बोल रहा हूँ, जब हम बच्चे थे, छोटे थे, आपके सामने हुए। अगर राजीव जी, अगर आप भी हमारे साथ बिल्कुल एकदम अटल होकर जुड़ जाए तो हमें किसी की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ती है। और हम लोग कठपुतली कॉलोनी से पिछले 50 वर्षों से कठपुतली कॉलोनी में रहते हैं हम लोग, और पिछले 35 सालों से राजीव जी भी हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं। हमारे पिताजी दादाजी वो तो खत्म हो गए, हम कठपुतली कॉलोनी शादीपुर डिपो में रहते हैं, और पिछले 2009 से लेके अभी तक हमारा एक प्रोजेक्ट चल रहा है, पता नहीं वो हमें इमारत बना के देंगे या नहीं देंगे, उसके बारे में हम आपसे आज जोड़ के प्रार्थना करना चाहते हैं। उसी
बड़ी एक बड़ा गफला था।
The crafts are us. It is our cultural identity. It's a human need to have an identity. And crafts have that right in front of us.
I mean, today we call it crafts. We go out into the market and we buy it. But what was crafts? So it was actually everyday objects which were used in the homes. What I have in my living room today as a lota is what my great-grandmother probably used in her kitchen. I don't think anybody ever felt that it was of importance, which is probably why it is going where it is.
We took things for granted. And the surfaces became more important than inherent qualities. So something really has gone wrong with the way we have allowed ourselves to develop.
Everyone is sort of just moving with blinders in their lives every single day, getting up, going to school, getting up, going to work, getting up, doing what they need to do, and sort of forgetting what's around them, forgetting their culture, forgetting the arts around them, and forgetting the beauty of their life around them.
It has to reach the young. And if it reaches the young, and if they are seeing it a future which they can use and relate to, and emotionally, not just intellectually, then there will be a resurgence. If they don't know about it, it could well disappear. And I said, right, then I do the airport because that's more public. We have a wonderful, playful term for flying objects in this country called Udan Khatolas. So I found my plumber in my office who had a good way to sculpt with papier-mâché. And we bought ubiquitous objects of everyday use and compiled them together into these fantastical machines. Close to Shekhawati, painters paint on walls everything that the patrons have seen who are traders, who went around the country, and they would narrate these to the painters, who would then naively or otherwise be able to show it, to share their stories of the travels of the Seth. So this whole section deals with Chilgari Havelis.
I actually can't figure out what exactly it is, like seriously, and I actually didn't pay any heed to this actually, to be very honest.
They look like random pictures.
Everybody in such in a rush in airports that, you know, I don't think nobody is actually going to pay any heed to painting.
12 million people in India alone come onto the roads every year without anything to do because they have been de-skilled, they have been disengaged from what would give them a sense of true, original self-empowerment. So we can't, the biggest crime we've committed in today's India is de-skilling it.
You know, it is cool to know about where you're from. It is cool to flaunt kundan, necklaces. Make them modern, but flaunt them. Because we know where they come from. It's not from a sweatshop. It's not from an anonymous person somewhere. Know who's doing things for you. De Sundarlal Meena Kande banaya hai. You know the kind of luxury that is? It is unimaginable. It is beyond imagination. You go to Italy and say, this suit guy made this suit for you. You are like royalty. Go to the blouse makers. They are so skilled. Not just in what they make, But have you seen them measure a woman? Skill.
Machinery is not going to give you that. All industry is going to be robotic. It's going to be increasingly automated, and as it should be. I'm not against machinery. I'm not against science, but I'm more than committed to the idea of skills.
They are our future, where a lot of people, including the governments, call it our past.
This is where the gain full employment for the millions that are going to be roaming the streets otherwise is going to come from.
से नेचुरल डाई बिल्कुल ख़त्म सी हो गई है। खर्चा बहुत आता है, मेहनत बहुत होती है कि जड़ी बूटियाँ लाना पड़ता है, कूटना पड़ता है, तो उसमें मेहनत बहुत ज़्यादा है और उसकी प्राइस यहाँ नहीं मिल पाती। जैसे बाई चांस फॉरेनर आते हैं, उन्हें जो लगता है ना, तो वो लोग प्राइस दे पाते हैं। गवर्नमेंट से हमको यही मदद चाहिए कि कुछ क्या हो कि इसका लहरिया का प्रचार अच्छा हो।
The shyness of money. While like it, admire it, crave it, do whatever, but be shy of using it powerfully. Investing in places that need to be invested in, especially in creativity. When the markets are not there, who would buy and support this?
Actually, I see a turnaround in the fact that more people wear Banarasis. I live in Delhi. I attend events all over India and I see more Banarasis. When you go back to Banaras, the weaver is still struggling. He's still lost in translation. He doesn't know what has changed for him.
चांस मिला फॉरेन जाने का हमको, फ्रांस के लिए पेरिस के अंदर हमको एक डिमॉन्स्ट्रेशन मिला। उसमें मैं डिमॉन्स्ट्रेशन करने में खुद गया। वहाँ जाने के बाद देखा कि दुनिया, हम इतनी मेहनत करते हैं, हम लोग इतनी, हमारी आंखें चल करते हैं, सारा रिपीट हम सेट करते हैं, सारा कुछ हम करते हैं, क्रेडिट किसको जाता है? सारा इंग्लिश लेता है, हमको कुछ नहीं मिलता उसके अंदर। हमें क्या मिलेगा? हमें कुछ नहीं। ये है कि आपके पेमेंट जो है वो छोटा जो आपको बनता है वो ले लो।
An artisan is not a person in a zoo sitting in a corner, bichara karigar. It's absolute bullshit. They are sane, thinking, intelligent people who want to move ahead in the world, have the smarts. Just trust them.
भाई खुद का अगर एक्सपोर्ट में क्या होता है, जैसे हमने एक्सपोर्ट किया, बाहर का लेबल लग गया तो बाहर के नाम से बिकेगा। हमारे नाम से कोई प्रोडक्ट बना, हम बना रहे तो हमारे नाम से कोई प्रोडक्ट का लेबल लगेगा तो उसका मार्केटिंग तो हमारे को क्रिएशन तो हमको मिलेगा ना।
There's no reason why big brands find it lucrative to move into the village, while village things and village products don't know where to go.
Firstly, I think we should drop that idea. Make in India. We have more than enough things in this world. We don't need to make any more. Can we think in India? Can we create in India? Can we be Indian for Christ's sake?
If it was creating content, original work that no one else could do anywhere else, I think we owe that to our people, to the anonymous genius of this country, to help them position their talent to a world that needs it.
Why make in India? We are not the back factory where we need to make. We do not. We need to dance. We need to draw. We need to, do much more. We need to be. And if we choose to become the neutral grey in this world, woe upon us. Absolute woe upon us. We're the fuchsias, we're the rich, colors and sentiments and emotions which crafts can bring to us.
It's a celebration of a sector that has been made marginalized, that has been devalued as sunset. To me, this is the sunrise. This is the future of India. It's not the past. It's a living future of India.